Kombat Cast starts now.
All right, welcome everyone to the latest edition of the Kombat Cast. We're very excited to have you with us today because we have an awesome stream today.
Hype.
With we're going to show Conan today. So before we get to all that, let's introduce ourselves. I am Tyler Lansdowne, one of the community managers here at NetherRealm Studios.
I'm Derek Kurtzik, one of the designers here at NetherRealm Studios.
And I am Stephanie Brownback, the QA lead here at NetherRealm Studios.
Let's do this.
So, big day today. We're going to talk about Conan, but you may have noticed you haven't seen Conan yet.
I mean, they kind of saw him.
They've seen bits and pieces.
And he's existed for a while.
He has for quite a while,
Yeah.
yes. But today, you're going to see the brand new trailer for Conan, and you're going to see it right now.
Let's go.
What grieves me most is that you murdered my pets.
Pets? They were monsters.
Fight!
Finally, another swordsman.
You seem way too excited for this fight.
Beware of Shang Tsung. He is a snake.
I know what to do with snakes.
Finish him! Fatality. Conan wins. Flawless victory.
There he is in all of his glory. I've been looking forward to this character in a way that you were looking forward to Ghostface.
He is like right up your alley.
Everything about this character.
Yeah.
When I heard we were doing Conan, I was very excited. So I'm working on
It's
learning
like looking
Conan.
into a mirror.
It's so similar. It's scary. So let's talk about what we enjoy about Conan. Stephanie.
For me, I don't know if we've ever done a guest character that more captures the character, like in terms of aesthetics, than Conan. He is so tall and so muscly and burly, and our tech team actually came up with and implemented this new tech for his muscles where like you can actually see individuals' muscles move as he swings his sword. Like you can look at his back and it looks so good up close. Like you have to see him to be like, oh my God, like he He's maybe the most human-like character, like well, obviously a massive human being
Right.
in the game.
The
He looks
likeness is
awesome.
incredible, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there who this is definitely their archetype to play, and it has not been
Oh,
put in this
yeah.
game yet, so this is really cool.
I mean, obviously, how oily he is, I love. He's very moist, very
Yes.
moist. But I just love how big, brutal, and barbaric he is. The 3 Bs. He's got the 3
Right.
Bs.
Yep.
But yeah, I think he's awesome. He's huge.
Just chock full of armor.
Yeah.
Just,
Yes.
just that, and that
Armor and oil.
Yes. I love, and I've talked about this many times, the sort of the 2-player animations where the strings that you actually have grabs in them. Conan has his fair share of them, and I
Yep.
really enjoy that. Very excited for us to show him later in the show. Stephanie, you'll be doing that. We'll be talking about Conan. Before we do that, we are definitely a couple things. I want to say we're excited. We've talked about this earlier. We've done some teases, but we're excited to officially kick off the season 2 of the Mortal Kombat Pro competition.
Oh, yeah.
This year, the competition will be made up of 10 offline events.
Okay.
And then a bunch of stuff just all around the globe. Prize pool this season of $255,000.
Nice.
Last year, Sonic Fox took the crown.
He's probably going to do it again.
We'll see.
I don't know.
I don't know. There's,
Yeah.
I mean,
They are pretty amazing.
everyone. I mean, that's the thing about it. Everyone's getting. There's an
Yeah,
even.
you're right.
There's
You're
an even
right.
playing field
You're
now.
right. You're right. You're right.
But who's going to be who's next really to be the champion?
Also, a lot of balance changes and all that. So new characters, you know.
We'll be
new
talking about
players
those balance
coming up.
changes in a little bit. So head over to StartGG/Pro Competition to sign up and check out the official rule set. And also, as you saw the other day, we are now officially a part of Evo.
Yep.
So we'll be there as well. So Pro Competition kicking off very soon.
do you think I have a chance?
0% chance.
Yep.
Same with me. Same with me. Let's not. I'm not throwing shade. So that's exciting. And in case you haven't seen it yet, let's take a look at the latest Pro Comp trailer.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Mortal Kombat 1 Pro Competition.
As you would expect, we have some of the best players in the world.
It's not over. Not enough! Oh my good lord! Ninja Killer, first blood, first big old damage, and he's gonna do it! Cause the upset, he's gonna get the combo! Can I get some noise out there for some Mortal Kombat? This is the Pro Competition, Sonic Fox! Oh my goodness!
Man, he knows who to thank me.
Unbelievable upset of the tournament.
Finish him.
Let's go over. Hang on a minute. No.
I'd go as far as any man.
Brutality.
Awesome. So the Pro Competition is coming very soon, hopefully to a city near you. If not, good thing to travel to.
Yeah, you can travel.
A lot of fun, people, great community to hang out
Yep.
with and even learn the game. Even if you don't think you're going to win, lots of great things
Some
to do. and
casual
hang out.
matches,
Just
hang
have
out.
fun, play against the best, and get better. Let's move on to some stuff about the game. Let's talk about in this season of Invasion.
Sure. So, we are bringing back Season 2, which is Season of the Blood Moon. We've got some new rewards that are in there as well. You'll get some seasonal palette treatments for some of the DLC characters. We've got a couple cool new skins, but similar to what we did with Season 1, where we've added different mini games and added some of the arcade missions and things like that. So we wanted to be more in parity with what we had done with the rerun of Season 1 and continue forward.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the DLC skins are the most exciting thing.
Well, the vampire season's got some love, and so we wanted to make sure that like Takeda has one and Quan Chi and things like that.
Takeda was the one in particular. I think is pretty cool.
Oh, I don't want us to keep spoiling stuff, so yeah. Either way,
Fair.
More is coming.
Fair.
Yeah.
We also have some balance changes and stuff coming. We're going to show a couple of those today, and of course, when the balance patch comes out, you can read what else has changed. But these are some ones that we found really interesting and
I
wanted.
heard we got some new moves.
We do for some characters you'd be
I
very
got some
excited
new
about.
moves too. Have you seen this?
I have seen that. I don't think that's really new. First up, we have Reiko. Reiko's enhanced charging pain knee didn't originally have any special properties. Now it can, we've significantly pushed how much it bounces them up, so you can do more combos off of it.
You love combos.
I love the idea of combos. Me doing them is a whole different story. So you'll do combos off of the pain knee. And we've also added some ways to finish off some air combos with, and we've given them a new air command grab, which can be used for air combos, can be used for mix-ups, because it's still a command grab, so it is not blockable.
Show me this now.
Let's take a look at it.
Oh. That did not disappoint.
No, so
Classic tornado DDT.
Love it. So, like, obviously you can do to end air combos, but you can also get up in their face, do a jump, throw it on them, can't block it, like shimmy them, fun stuff.
Hit him with the shim.
Another character that's getting a new move that's really interesting. I'm going to be reading it so I don't mess anything up because it's a very cool move and there's a lot going on here. Raiden now has an overcharge move. So Raiden has a new move that is performed by hitting block while he's charging his electric orb projectile called Electric Overcharge. He stores the energy in the amulet, and after a set duration, it will explode, launching the opponent. It has a lengthy duration, so Raiden will have to pressure his opponent as the timer ticks. You can also, if you want to, set it off on your own to make them pop up. So let's take a look at that.
I was going to say, I need to see this.
So as you saw there, he pulled in the electricity, holds it there. He can continue hitting you, block pressure, and it'll pop when it wants to. Or if you find an opening, you can turn it on yourself and do a pop-up into a combo.
Very sneaky.
Yeah, something new to play with.
What else is there?
Katana fans out there. I honestly did not mean to do that.
Nailed it.
Katana fans, lot for you. Again, just like the last one, there's some depth here, so I'm gonna read it. So in this video, you're going to see her start by putting her wind bomb on the fight line. She has a new move that plays off wind bomb, the wind bomb squall. This sends the wind bomb towards the opponent in case they're being overly cautious. When she performs the wind bomb squall, it also sends another projectile on the way to let her combo. Now also in this, I'm sure you're going to watch this a couple of times. You'll see that she has a new special move, an air reverse fan toss. And after that, Katana hits a jumping attack canceled into the new air enhanced fan toss, extending the juggle and allowing Katana to perform all sorts of combos, and it will end in a fatal blow.
That was a lot. You nailed that.
It's a lot to say, and there's a lot going on in this video. Let's take a look.
Okay.
So, Katana has a lot of new tools, which I'm sure Katana...
yeah, I mean, that played out exactly as you read it to me,
I
really.
know, yes, there were a lot of words, but definitely rewatch that. A lot of new ways, just combo choices with Katana.
Fans coming from all places.
And also enhancing her full distance zoning kind of trap gameplay where she kind of excels in this game.
Right. So giving her a few new tools and some new combo paths and ways to trick out your opponent, or trick your opponent, not trick out, like...
It's not a car.
No, it's not a car. No. Trick your opponent. Excellent. So now let's get to the main course here with Conan. Tell me, eat it up. Tell me what kind of players are going to enjoy Conan?
You know, there's some characters that are pretty tricky to explain on a stream like this because they've got all these kind of cancels and stances. Right. That's not Conan.
Right.
He is incredibly straightforward. He is a big, tall, burly guy holding a huge sword, and he swings it, and he does big damage, and he has a lot of armor, and he is very, very straightforward. There's a little spice I'm going to go after.
Give us a little spice.
But for the most part, it is right there on the 10. Conan the Barbarian. We are not talking about Conan the Librarian. Right. Conan the High Execution. Conan,
Right.
he is not Katana, like I just
Right,
said.
right.
This tricky, complex.
So he's
zone
fun and
character.
easy to play.
Absolutely.
Heck yes.
You are going to hit buttons, and he is going to wallop you with a massive sword that's bigger than most characters' bodies in this game.
Awesome.
If you liked Goro in MKX, Bane in the Injustice
Oh,
games,
this is coming right. Just speaking to you.
As we said earlier, he was made for you, aesthetically
Oh.
and in gameplay. Like
Oh,
if you
Thanks, everybody.
if you want to just hit a button and armor through like their kind of neutral game or their projectiles and bash someone with a giant sword, you have your character. He is here.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
Let's show them what you mean.
Let's just go into it, yeah. So I think, a lot of times when characters hold a weapon, I'll say, and of course they use in the normals and all that, and he's no different. You can see his uppercut uses his sword, his jabs, instead of punching, their swords. His down three, his sword.
He's got a sword. He's got to use it.
Right. He uses it. It is huge, just like him, and it takes up a ton of range.
Oh, what's his gear piece?
His gear piece is
The
his
sword!
He also, though, has some really cool palettes.
Okay.
Including some that are not just his furry trunks thing. So let's go into some of his more unique normal attacks. He has his back one, which has really good range and is quick.
And is advancing?
And it's very fancy.
Yeah.
They are highs, so the opponent can jab under them, but they're really good in the neutral.
Mm-hmm.
He also has forward two, which is kind of his big standard bearer, mid-long range attack, and you want to go into, you can hit confirm into a
Beefy
combo.
chop.
The last hit is actually plus on block if they block the big boot,
Yeah.
but it's a high, so you can duck it. So you're going to have to like trick them, commit to a special move, cut it out early, or you just commit, and if they block, you get advantage. Another one I wanted to show was his forward 3-3, which I think is one of the coolest looking normals.
It's pretty awesome.
I was gonna say that it's my favorite normal, just because the how it stops the way it does.
Yes. So this has two variations. If you end in 2, he does a quick overhead that splats them. If you end in 3, he does a low that trips them up, and he actually gets a pop up. And that's going to be one of his main combo starters. Then I wanted to talk about 2 moves that he has that he can actually charge up. So he has back 2. Swipes them up in the air, pretty standard stuff. If you hold the button,
You can charge?
you can charge it, and it becomes a pop-up.
Ooh.
And it's probably the highest pop-up.
It's a heck of a pop-up. Now, he also has something neat from it. You can actually cancel it. You can charge it, or he can cancel it into a throw, or his fatal blow, which we'll be showing later. So if the opponent's standing there and they're blocking it, you can go into a throw to catch them off guard.
Okay.
The same applies to back 3. See, he does this big knee, knees you in the gut, or he can charge it, and it actually knocks them away and becomes advantage on block. And from there, he can cancel into throw, fatal blow, or this move he can cancel into backdash or forward dash.
Okay.
So something you're going to see with Conan across the board is he's going to kind of end these strings, and then he can do these charge-up moves, and the opponent's going to have to decide, do they want to try to poke out of it? Do they want to block and then he's at advantage? Do they want to just block and hope that, throw and you can escape the throw, and all that kind of good stuff.
So while being a kind of a pick-up-and-play brawly kind of character, also has some of those higher execution tricks he can do as well. Not super
they're
high
not
execution.
high execution at all, because
Okay.
you're just holding the button and, canceling back and forth. But a little bit of spice.
A little spice.
Yeah, spice. Oh, we said there would be a little spice.
And then the last normals I wanted to go over, which I think are the ones that appeal to you, he has 3 different strikes that go into a throw. So this one ends in an overhead, and it goes into a grab animation. But this one is an actual throw that'll throw the opponent if they're blocking. And then he has 2-2 throw, where he will throw the opponent if they're blocking. You can end combos with it, and you can use mix-ups, like maybe you go into a special move if they try to jump out of the throw. And lastly, this has another little twist. If you do 2-2 by itself, it actually restands. So if you go into a combo, he can do it, leave them restanding, he gets a little bit of frame advantage, and then you can go into some of your mix-ups. You can go into that. You can go into a throw. You could go into your forward 3-3 mix-ups.
Excellent.
And then let's check out his throw before we go into a special move.
Gotta love the throws. So much blood.
And here's his cameo throw. I love this pose.
He just over the sword.
So you can see that's his normal attacks. It's pretty much exactly what you'd want from Conan the Barbarian. You know, not a lot of fancy. He is not doing spinning kicks at all. He's doing big boots, knees, and sword strikes.
This stage got real bloody real fast.
I was about to point that out. And I'm not resetting it yet.
All right.
So you want to go over his special moves?
Yep.
All right. So the first one I want to show is his spin, sword spin. Down forward 1, he does a spinny spin spin.
Spinny spin spin.
It's a good combo ender. You can end your strings with it. And it has a neat effect where it will actually reflect projectiles. And it will reflect them in a random direction.
Oh. Ooh, look at that go.
But the EX one will reflect it straight.
Right back at him.
And the EX one has a really neat feature. So normally you do the EX, spinny spin spin, knocks them down. However, if you use one more bar, in addition to EXing it, he can cancel a normal cameo move or another special move into it. So here's like a normal. Do spinny spin, and I'm doing 2-2, and it'll go into his 2-2 string. So you can go into the restand, or you can do it with cameos. And I'm gonna call out Frost.
Awesome.
So you can use 2 bars to do it because you have to EX it and then you have to cancel it, but you can get bigger combos, ground combos, cameo setups, you name it. So it reflects projectiles, ends combos, and extends combos.
It does it all.
So a lot of things it can do, and again, big brawly character, but some very interesting spice on some of the things he does.
But not high execution.
Right.
You literally just mash out the moves. So then let's go over his sword spin. This is back forward 4, and he turns around and spins this 100-pound sword a
like
couple
it's
of different
nothing.
times. This is another, again, you can use this to end your strings. You can use this to punish moves from a distance. The EX move has armor, so it's going to be one of his better armored attacks. Do you think the opponent's going to try to poke out of one of those mix-ups I mentioned? Nope, I don't think so, sir. Sit down. Or you can use it to, maybe they're throwing a projectile from half screen. Or you just want to look cool, you can EX it.
I mean, it is looking pretty cool. It is looking pretty cool.
Let's also go over his counter. So he has this parry where he hulks up, and if the opponent tries to do an attack, he bops them on the head and then gets a stagger, and that lets him go into a combo. Bop, bop, and then he gets a full combo, and that'll parry mids, highs, and overheads. Then let's go over...
There's more?
There's a little bit more.
Okay.
Let's go over his airstrike. So this is a move, down back 2. He leaps into the air with a sword attack. This is mainly his pop-up starter. It can also be used as a preemptive anti-air, and he can hold forward to jump a little bit higher. And on EX, it adds the little flourish for more hits, and that's going to be kind of the key to starting his combos with his special moves.
Very cool. I like the effects that run down the sword as you're charging it up.
Yes.
It's so cool.
Let's also go over his sword uppercut, which is down forward 2. If you hit 1 after, he does this downward strike. You can use that as an anti-air, you can use it to finish your combos, and the EX version has armor, a reoccurring theme. So if they're trying to poke you, if they're trying to anti-air you, all that kind of business, you can use the armor. You don't have to do the second strike, but it's available to get extra damage and to fake out if they're going to try to punish the regular version. You can also do the downward strike as its own special move, as down forward 1 in the air, which you can use as almost like a dive kick, except
It's a dive
he
sword.
would never dive kick.
It's a dive sword.
That's for girly then. That's a dive sword.
Love it.
Let's also go over his sword run. And then
Is there armor?
Oh yes.
I knew it.
This is the armored move of armored moves. Back forward 3, he'll start running, and you can let the button go and do the strike. You can cancel it, so he can stop, go for a throw, go for a charge, let it go. The EX version has armor. And the neat thing is if he's close, the animation actually changes, and he just straight up bobs you instead of running.
Very cool.
Let's also go over one more move. Two, actually. One, it was one of the best parts of the trailer, his cameo throw. Down forward, L2, and he literally picks up his cameo and throws them at him.
It's a new way to use your cameo.
Yeah, they agreed to sign on
Yeah.
to help Conan the
They signed the
Barbarian.
contract.
Right.
So he is not a guy that's going to throw projectiles. He's not going to use,
gonna
you know,
throw
magic
another
spell.
person.
Yeah, he throws a human being. You do have to wait for the cameo to come back before, you know, you can't spam it, you can't use cameo
Right.
moves, but you essentially have a projectile that does a big chunk of damage and takes up a ton of space.
And looks awesome.
And it looks really, really
awesome.
funny. And then his last special move is one of the neatest. We're not going to show it completely here.
We will. So after this, there is a QA fight, which we always do. You'll be able to see it in that as well. So.
But let's show it. If he's low on health, he has about 30% left. He can coat himself in this blood, and if you kill him in this state, the spirit of Quam will appear, and he will actually fight it and resurrect with a little bit of health back.
Ooh, so he has a resurrect.
He
There's a
does.
little chance to come back. there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool.
And I think we have one more thing to show. You guys want to see the fatal blow?
Do it.
Yes.
Well. That was awesome. Okay, pretty violent.
Yeah,
Dug it.
so he is pretty brutal, pretty straightforward, a lot of armor, a lot of power,
A lot of
range.
oil.
And yes, it's a big sword. It takes up half the screen. He takes up half the screen.
Right.
He's very cool.
Very
Yeah.
excited for Conan. So Conan's coming very soon for you all. That was our walkthrough of Conan.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a lot left today, do we?
Birthday shout outs.
All right.
Just when you thought we were done. All right. Happy birthday to Jesse Graybeal. We love Jesse. Scott Quinn. God, I love the You know, we love all of them, really. Rich Carl, Eric Zales, Hannah Evers, Brian LeBaron, Joe Epstein, Keith Bew, George Huffenagel, the best last name. I just love saying it. And Nick Nicastro. Happy birthday, team.
Happy birthday, everyone. So before we go, as usual, at the end of the stream, we're going to show a fight that QA put together for us with Conan.
I actually did this one.
Oh, did you? No. I bet. They put it together for us. We're going to show it to you here. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Combat Cast. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Round one, fight.
There's always a way.
Round two, fight.
your enemies.
Brutality. Conan wins.